What's up, YouTube? Brad over from Answer Us here. So apparently there is a basement of a basement when it comes to ratings for Batwoman. Right when you think that it just can't get any worse, oh, it gets worse. I mean, it's unbelievable that we're going on season 3 of Batwoman. Especially since the previous 2 seasons, the ratings have just completely and totally tanked. I personally didn't think that this show was going to make it past really the first half of the first season without them taking it off air. But I think CW proves time and time again that they care more about identity politics than ratings, money, merchandise, any of that. And they really, in a lot of ways, have ruined the character of Batwoman. You know, and they'll say, oh, well, people call it woke because it's got a lesbian character to it. No, that's not why it makes it woke. Fans of the comics knew that Batwoman was lesbian, and that's perfectly fine. They would not have had any problem with it being in the show. Of course not. I mean, it's in the comics. A lot of comic book fan readers just want to stay true to the comics. But no, they took this, weird identity politics to the extreme where that they even had to have someone who was a lesbian to even play that role. Really just completely excluding any other woman from that role who was not. Which I don't really think that's the studio's business of who someone sleeps with or not. But that's my personal opinion. I can't believe in 2021 that would even be something that they would even ask somebody. Much less cast somebody in that role and people not have a problem with it. That's just me when it comes to this. But let's get on to just how bad the ratings are when it comes to Batwoman Season 3. Alright, it says the premiere episode of the 3rd season of CW's Batwoman saw its ratings plummet. I don't see how it could just get any worse. That just baffles me. It says TV series finale reports the first episode of Season 3 of Batwoman was only viewed by 458,000 people and had an abysmal .10 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Total viewership nosedived 30% from the Season 2 premiere, and the demographic change dropped over 33%. The Season 2 premiere saw 659,000 people tune in and had a .15 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Not only did viewership plummet from the Season 2 premiere, but the Season 3 premiere was actually worse than the Season 2 viewership in ratings averages. Season 2 average viewership per episode was 495,000. How do you even get 495,000 people that are so bored that they are having to watch this show? I feel for them. That's just an hour of my time that I just can't get back. I mean, I'm not making fun of people who actually enjoy this show. I know there's got to be people out there that somehow enjoy it. I think most of it is more of, I think it's 2 things. I think, anytime you have anything that has to do with Batwoman, Batman, Robin, and so forth, when it comes to just that whole, range of characters, you're going to have people that are going to tune in just because of the name, not because they necessarily like that show. I felt like even when Gotham was waning in a lot of ways when it come to some of their content that was on it, there was a part of me that was like, hey, you know what? I know it's not as good as what it used to be, but you know what? I'm still going to watch it simply because, you know what? I love anything to do with these characters. And I feel like that's the way it is when it comes to Batwoman. And then, of course, you've got the people that are just big on the Arrowverse. They don't want to let it die. They want to support all these shows. And I totally get that too. I used to be that way when it come to the Arrowverse. I'd watch all the shows, give it the ratings that it needed, to help in the pursuit of them acquiring more shows when it come to like DC that to help that Arrowverse. Because I thought that, at the time when the Arrowverse first come out, I thought that was incredibly important because, yes, we had seen so much Marvel over the years, but as far as shows involving superheroes, there just wasn't a lot of it at that time. And, I gave my support to it 110%. Sadly, over time, the quality just declined to such an extent that even I gave up on it. As much as I love DC, I gave up on it. If you're not going to feed me something good, I'm just not going to sit there and watch that garbage. I'm too busy to be able to do that. But it says, while this first episode of season 3 is not the show's worst performing episode, it is decisively in the bottom half. Back in season 3, won't let me read that for some reason. 346,000. It also had an abysmal .10 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. It was one of 2 episodes that saw viewership dip below 400,000. Episode 13 was only viewed by 399,000 individuals. It had a .11 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. If you don't think these numbers are abysmal, The Flash Season 3 premiere back in 2016 saw viewership of 3.1 million. Look, hey, back in the day, The Flash that was my show. That was my show. That was the show that I watched religiously. I loved every minute of it. What kind of got me out of The Flash in a lot of ways wasn't necessarily that the content was bad or any of the characters. It was, it just kept to be the same old thing. Flash going back in time, ruining things, trying to change things, him being his own villain. Like, those were the things that made me lose interest in The Flash. It wasn't the characters were bad. The characters I thought were great. I would even say the characters in Flash were even more interesting than the characters that were in Arrow, which I know a lot of people would disagree about that. But yeah, like I said, I just got tired of seeing Barry Allen go against himself. That gets old after a while. But I mean, that really details, though, of how The Flash Season 3 from 3.1 million to you can't even crack the million mark when it comes to viewers. That's bad. That is bad. It also had an 11% drop in viewership from the Season 2 premiere, which is just terrible anyways. Now, this is, I think, pretty interesting. It says, Arrow Season 3 in 2014 saw its premiere be watched by 2.8 million people with a 1.00 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Its viewership actually increased over 3% from Season 2 premiere. DC's Legend of Tomorrow's Season 3 premiere was viewed by 1.7 million people back in 2017. It had a .57 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Its viewership only dropped a little less than 6% from Season 2 premiere. Black Lightning, though. Black Lightning was a show that I absolutely loved. And it says its premiere in 2019 also outperformed Batwoman. It was viewed by 891,000 people and had a .32 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. It did have a significant drop-off in viewership, over 22% from Season 2, which, I don't know, kind of shocked me because I thought that was one of the better shows. I figured, like Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow, I watched the first season of it, and then, by the time it got to, like, Season 3, it kind of got old after a while, in a way for me. But Black Lightning, I thought, was just a brilliant show. I never figured out why people didn't tune into that. But I just think it's just really sad that they are still trying to this day to try and make Batwoman work. I mean, if there's one person, just one person out in that world that's watching this show, it's going to stay on air. I don't know what CW's trying to do. They're not trying to make money. They're not trying to get viewership at this point. So all I can think of is they don't want to cancel it because of identity politics related stuff, and that's such a garbage way of thinking. It really truly is. If you're in the entertainment business and you can't even do the entertaining part, you probably need to be fired. Put someone in that position that knows what they're doing, knows what people are wanting to see, and doesn't try to shove politics down people's throats. In a lot of ways, like I said, Batwoman, just the name alone, should be a success. There should really be no controversy to it. We all know, Batwoman was a lesbian the uh, in the comics, so fans of that wouldn't care if that was changed. The it wasn't that dooms this show. It's the bad acting. It's the bad storylines. Like, they're just not good. And yes, they try to drum up these controversies. Usually, when it comes to sexual orientation of the character and things like that, and people just don't buy it. People just, they need more. People need more than it just being a gay character, a black character, all that. We want substance when it comes to that. There is so many great characters that are in minorities, or that are that have different sexual orientations, that are great characters. You can put them out there, but you have to base it upon how it works in the comics. Because if you don't base it of how it works in the comics, then you don't get that level of or extra layer of depth when it comes to these characters. Something that Batwoman just misses completely and totally. It was a bad show from the beginning. I'm shocked it made it through season 1. I was shocked it was renewed for season 2, and I'm even more shocked that a show as porous as what this is even made it to season 3 to begin with. But I'm not shocked by the ratings. I'm only shocked that there's that many people that still watch it, which is saying something, because that's pretty bad for television. Those are horrible ratings for television. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think down below. Do you think that this will be Batwoman's last season? Do you think that it'll even make it through this season? Or would you be shocked or would it shock you if there was actually a season 4 of it? Wouldn't me. I think this show will probably go on probably about 7 or 8 years until there's literally just nobody that's watching it. I mean, that's the way I look at it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and y'all take care.